Well, hello once again, farming friends, and welcome to another edition of Farming Simulator with me, your old buddy, Mistermoose. Hey, today we're here to talk about more of the Apfelmod, and as you can see, we've got some new trees planted. If you haven't seen the video where we did a couple of days ago, we put all these in, and they have since bared fruit, so we can talk a little bit more about the Apfelmod. And this is actually the berry and fruit extension, or you'll find it in mod hosters and several other places listed as berries and fruit. And today we're going to go over this. It is also known as the Apfelmod Extension. It's by the same folks that created the Apfelmod, which is the apples and pear trees that are over here. And today we're going to go over the mod and what's exactly in it. We'll harvest some of the fruit, and then we'll sell that and just show you all the little devices that are involved in the Apfelmod. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the store real quick and bring up the Apfelmod, or the berries and fruit extension for you, and we'll go over everything that's in it. All of it is here in the placeable section, and we'll go over and start from the beginning and just show you everything that is contained within the berries and fruits extension. So what you're going to get are, you start off with 3 trees. You've got your cherry trees, your plum trees, and your orange trees. And each of these yields a little bit different. I know the oranges is 400 liters. I think the plums is 350. And I forget on the cherries. But you get anywhere between 300 and 400 liters from each tree harvestable. And then the last part of it, the berries part, you have a strawberry greenhouse that is a placeable that you can just plop down, and it will give you strawberries that you can sell off. Additionally, now for the strawberries, they require manure just like a regular greenhouse, but they require spring water to make your berries grow. Where do you get spring water for? Well, in the mod there is a spring water pump that has to be placed on the ground. It takes every hour it fills up with 2,000 liters of water and holds a maximum of 3,500 liters of water. So that is for you to get your spring water and take that over to your strawberries. You'll also get some sell points in here. You're going to get a small sell point that holds 5,000 liters of each fruit for plums and strawberries. I think it also holds apples. And then this one here holds your oranges and your strawberries. Did I say orange strawberries? This is plums, cherries, and apples. And this is strawberries, oranges, and pears. And then you have one juice store where you can take your all of your different fruits, and that will include oranges, strawberries, plums, cherries from this, as well as the apples and pears from the previous edition. You can take it all to this one large facility, which is basically a juice plant that makes juice and then sells it off for you. And so you can sell your fruit there. Then this is a drain, and the point of this drain is basically if you have a water trailer that is full of regular water and you need to fill it up with spring water, you can drain it off in here. Now, here's the little thing about this drain. Most of your regular water trailers are not modded to hold spring water. There's only 2 options really that I have found in game. I'll show you those in just a moment. And they hold spring water, but they don't go to a well and get regular water. So I don't know. I don't even know that this is really needed in the game, but you might find use for it. So that's it. Those are the sell points that you'll use in the game for this. And then this is the rest of the T2K stuff that you can also take your fruit to as well. But we're just today we're just going to cover the Apfelmod extension, the berries, and the fruit trees. So here you can see I've got my orange trees placed. I've got my cherry trees here. And then down on the end, I got a couple of rows of plums. All these are completely full. If we walk up underneath it, you'll see that the cherry trees, 350. The plum trees are 400. And the orange trees, I believe, are 400 as well. Yeah, actually it's 418 on that one. And these are only 93% ripe, so these must hold 450, so I was incorrect on that. And then of course I got my apple trees over here. They hold 400 in the apples, and the pears over here, they hold 400 as well. And then these are the strawberry greenhouses, and as you can see, again, you just set them out. You've got your manure holder here. Then you've got spring water back here on the back. And then on the other side are your strawberries. And I did go ahead and fill a couple of these up the other day just to go ahead and get them growing. And there you have the strawberries in the nice little crates all ready to be loaded up and taken to the sell point. Now, unlike the in-game greenhouses, these greenhouses you do have to harvest your berries and take them to a sell point. They are not sold on the hour like the in-game greenhouses. Now this particular greenhouse is empty, and we are going to load it, so I just show you how to set it up. So let's get started, and then I've got my warehouses plopped down over here. We'll get into those in a little bit. They're not part of this expansion, but we will use those, okay, and go over them. So we're going to go ahead and jump in our tractor here, and let's go ahead and get these strawberry greenhouses set up. And again, you would just go into the store, go into your mods, placeables. You would pick out the strawberry greenhouse that you needed to use. You'd select it, select buy, and then wherever you wanted to place it, put it down, okay? Just making sure that you give yourself access to all 3 points where you'll need to put your manure in, your water, and your strawberries, and pick up your strawberries, okay? So just keep that into consideration. So once you've got it on the ground, then you've got to put a little manure in the side of it and put your spring water in there. So we're going to go ahead, and I've got a little manure in my bucket here, so we'll pull on up, head on over, and we will drop in our manure. Fill up the manure trough. And once you've got it topped off, you're good to go. And that'll give you several days of harvest. And then I'll just take what's left and dump into this other one over here, because it is looking low. And that'll get that taken care of for us. And then I just park this guy over here to the side. So yeah, you just like a regular greenhouse, you're going to put manure in it. Now what's different with these greenhouses, as I said, they do require spring water, which brings us to another couple of mods. These are not included in the berries and fruit mod pack. You'll have to download these separate. I will leave links for them in the show notes, so you can click on those and find. There are 2 basic options I have found so far with spring water. First is the man package here, which comes with the man truck, which is customizable in color, and then it has a tipper trailer that is also available in the same pack, and the 2 of them go together. Now this truck, it is not a frame set like the AR package. This is a cab and trailer, or cab and hauler on the back of it. It is 1 unit. This does not come apart, so keep that in mind if you do get it. And then the other option is this Krone trailer here, and I'll show you both of these in the mod section so you can get a look at them and how much they are. So here's the truck, and again, it's the man TGS 18.44 tipper. It's $125,000, $100 a day. You can see it holds a vast amount of fruit in it, as well as grasses. So it's a very versatile. It holds seed for you, fertilizer, water, spring water, all your different fruits from the Apfelmod, as well as all your regular in-harvest fruits, as well as grasses, straw, silage, manure. It'll hold your total mixed rations as well. So as you can see, it's a very versatile trailer, but again, you cannot haul a You're not going to be hauling another trailer like a forestry, like an 18-wheeler trailer, because you don't have a gooseneck attachment. You just have a bumper attachment. So keep that in mind. Again, it is customizable in color, and that is an option for you. Spring water is this little blue dot here. Okay. And then as far as the other trailer, the other tippable trailer, it's this, it lists as the Flegel MK tipper, and that is this one here. It is $30,000 and $30 a day. And again, it holds the exact same fruits in it: seeds, fertilizer, water, spring water. And so, yeah, that's an option for you for water. And then the other mod is the Krone Emsland trailer. And let me go find that. I think that's back here in our tippers. Yeah. All right. So Rosenthaler, who is the guy who makes the Apfelmod, has 3 different versions of the Emsland trailer for you. Now, these two do not show that they hold spring water, and I have not tested them for spring water, but the Emsland ROS does. $4,900, $8 a day, and you can see it does have the spring water in it, as well as many other fruits and vegetables for you. It is a dolly, and so yeah, those are your 2 options that I have found so far in game. There may be some more coming, but I haven't seen them so far. So there's your Emsland, and here is your man. And just to show you how to get the spring water, again, I have gone ahead and placed a pump in the ground and let it fill up so it's got plenty of water. And the way this works, it's a little hokey. One thing I don't like about this is I'd like to see a modified water trailer. I'd love to be able to use just the regular water trailer that I use all the time, that's from Maru, that is modified to hold water and milk. If it would hold spring water, that would be that much better. If I knew somebody who could modify it to do that, I would do it. But so here's our spigot that's in the ground. And looks like the old crank pumps that you would use back in the day. And if we turn on our help, you'll see that we've got 35,000 liters of water in it. And so here's the hokiness of it. I have no water tank on the trailer, but as I approach the water spigot, magically I get a water tank. I say I magically get a water tank. I didn't hit the trigger point apparently. Now watch me have a hard time with this trailer. And in all honesty, I've not used this trailer yet. There we go. There's the water tank. Magically appears and it starts to fill up with water. And yeah. Of course, it's only taking 165 liters of water for some reason. There we go. I guess I'm off the trigger's a little bit funny on this, apparently. So there it goes. I'm filling up with water right now. We've got about 2,000 liters in there. We're going to go ahead and head on out. And there's the little drain I put in place in case you wanted to drain. But we'll just haul this over here, and we'll put some water in our strawberry facility. And you see it just magically appears with a water tank and a generator to pump out the or a water pump to pump out the water. And then we'll just pull over here and we'll unload it. Next hokey thing is, well, this one doesn't tip. The man trailer tips, which is sort of hokey. You've got a water tanker in your dolly, and it's tipping, and which is kind of funny. Alright, so I'm going to pull around here and just unload the rest of this water real quick. And you'll see the next hokey thing about this is, as I unload the rest of this water... Oh, come on. Back up for me, come on. I was about to talk about how good you back up, and you don't. It does back up a lot better than the AgriLiner. And so there you see when the water comes out of it, it disappears. And so yeah, kind of funny on that part of it. All right, so those are done, and yeah, so that strawberry facility is ready to go, and it will start producing fruit for us. That's all I got to do for the berries. Then once you get your berries, you need to pull over here with your trailer, and now that it doesn't have water in it anymore, I can start loading up my berries. So all I got to do is just pull in here, and if I hit the trigger right, it should load the berries. This trailer really does behave a lot better than the other one does. There we go. Alright, so berries are loading up into the trailer. You can see they're filling up in there and going in the and they are in their sets, which is kind of nice. And we'll fill it up and get a trailer full of fruit here. Oh, still filling up. Let me get the rest of them out. And again, don't go by the graphic, go by the numbers in your help menu, because you will get fooled like I did just then. And I'll drive through the bush here so we can get over to the next section, and we'll go ahead and harvest these berries as well. Get us a nice big thing of fruit. If I can hit the trigger. I missed it. So and I have to be honest with you, this is the first time I've harvested fruit from these particular greenhouses. I've just put them in place and been testing, messing around with them, so I don't know exactly where the triggers are. It looks like it's right off of that point. You just got to come into it just right. So we'll fill up here. We'll get a nice full trailer full of strawberries, and then we'll go show you some sell points in a moment. Alright, so there you have it. Trailer full of berries and good to go. So that is the strawberries part of the mod. Then you just take these to a sell point and sell them off. We'll cover sell points in just a moment. And we'll get into all that. So again, this trailer works great for you for both things. You can use it for water as well as for the berries. And again, it seems like it backs up really good. It doesn't run on you nearly as bad as I'm not taking my time to do this. I'm just messing with it, but it doesn't seem like it runs nearly as bad as that stock AgriLiner. So anyways, let's jump out of this guy, and we're going to jump in the truck here and mess around with it for a little bit just to show it off. And so we got the truck here. We're going to go do a little fruit tree harvesting with this. Here's a neat little thing I found about fruit trees. The trigger points on these are just long enough that if you set your cruise control up at 1 mile an hour, when you go to harvest these, it will pull out the entire harvest. So set your truck or tractor that you're going to be using to harvest, crank it down to 1 mile an hour, and then you can put your cruise control on as you go underneath the trees, and as they come up, they will harvest, and you can just slowly drive through it instead of the start and stop technique that I did when we first started doing the apple trees. So as we come up under here, you'll see my oranges. They start to unload, and they are going to be completely unloaded by the time I get underneath them. And these are spread out a little bit more. Might actually be able to go up to 2 miles an hour. So we'll see. Alright, they're unloading. And yeah, that one is completely unloaded. Before I even get to the next tree, the next one is starting to unload. So 2 miles an hour, I can actually ease up underneath these trees and get. I'll crank up to 3 miles an hour and see how that goes. Yeah, so you don't actually have to stop underneath these. Just keep an eye on your help menu for your the load of your trees, and make sure that you're getting them out in a regular manner. And so now I've got a whole bunch of oranges in my trailer. And that easy to harvest your orange trees. So, and it's the same for all of them, for the oranges, plums, and fruit. It's just a different color. I should go ahead and mention that if I haven't already and you aren't familiar with the Apfelmod, you should go back and watch it as well for the apples and the pears. But keep in mind, you do have to have the UPK to utilize this particular mod. So you don't have to have the original Apfelmod installed. You just have to have the UPK and then this mod, and then some way to harvest out your fruit, which you can use this trailer. Fruit wise, I will say this: the only reason you need this truck or the Emsland trailer is for the spring water. You can harvest this fruit with any trailer or blade that is in the game. So if I went and got the John Deere tractor and brought it over, I would be able to get the fruit out of the trees using the blade that's on the front of it. Or I could use any of the trailers that I have in the game, the stock Brantner, which is what this is based off of. That will also pull under here, get your fruit out. Like I say, it's any of the stock trailers or any trailer or blade that will hold potatoes you can use to harvest fruit with. So just keep that in mind. If you use a stock trailer or you use the or a blade, now you're not going to get these little frame box crates. You're going to get the okay, I got all the oranges. I can't get any cherries out. So as you can see, I've got boxes full of fruit. Now keep in mind, what I was going to tell you is, if I use another vehicle, let's say I go down here and get the John Deere real quick, and I load it up and take it. When it goes in and hauls in, the fruit is going to appear in the blade as individual fruit. It's not going to appear in the nice little crates that you see in the tipper. It's the same thing with the stock trailers. The stock trailers, it's going to show up as bulk fruit, not in the crates. That's just these modded trailers that it will show up in crates. So keep that in mind. But just to show you that you can use a blade or you can use the stock trailer. We'll come through here and just drive nice and slow through here, and we will start harvesting out our cherries if I hit the trigger properly. Let me get my speed down on this so we can just cruise through here. Alright, so we'll just make sure my bucket is cleaned up and we'll just run through. Of course, you wouldn't want to harvest cherries with a manure bucket, but... And as I said this blade is not behaving. See if it'll get with the... Make sure I got this thing completely cleaned out. Now I just did apples and pears with it yesterday, so which if you watch the video where we set up the fruit trees, you'll know that I did apples and pears with it the other day. Interesting. Let's see if I can go get some apples real quick with this and see why it's not working. Alright, so the apples are harvesting in it, so I wonder if I am misled on believing that these trees will get into a stock trailer blade, which, you know what that means? We're going to have to go get a stock trailer and blade real quick and test that out so I can give you an honest answer on that. So let's run over here real quick and I'll pick up my Flegel trailer and we'll see if we can get some fruit out with it. And this is the stocked in-game trailer here. We'll just pull over here real quick, and we'll run through the plum trees and see if we can get some fruit out of them. Okay, well, it looks like to me then that on the apples and pears will pull out with any stock trailer or blade. But these fruits are not, so disregard what I said. For this particular expansion, you are going to need either the Emsland trailer or the man trailer and cab, because they will only come out with them. Interesting. I did not know that. Alright, so I assumed that since the apples and pears came out with any blade or trailer, that the extension fruit would too, but apparently not. Alright, so keep that in mind. Alright, now that you've got your fruit, what do you do with it? Well, there are a couple of options. Again, inside the mod, you've got 3 sell points. You've got your kiosk, as well as you've got your juice station. And just to show you, the kiosk, we'll pull around here to the back. And again, the small kiosk holds 5,000 liters of oranges, or of each fruit that is available. And as you can see in the help menu, strawberries, oranges, pears, you can just go ahead and unload into it and sell off there. So let's hit the tip point so we can unload in. If I can find the trigger point on it. No trigger point. Let's see if it's around front. Okay, so the kiosk not working for me. There it is. So the trigger point is on the side of it, not in the back or the front, as is with the other ones. So there's your trigger point on the side. So we got oranges in there. Now the leftover oranges, we're just going to pull around back here to the juice market, and we'll take those back here. And the trigger point for it is back here in the back. Here it is, right where the orange bin is. And of course it tips to the opposite side of where it is. But now you can see I've got oranges in my juice barn. So, and again, I just placed them back here for demonstration purposes. It's not where I'm going to keep them. But then now that this is full, we could go through and harvest some cherries. Let's get a little bit of cherries out of the field real quick. And again, I've just got it on cruise control. We're at 3 miles an hour. Let's take it up to 4 and see how we do. Looks like we left a little bit in that one tree. Nope. 4 miles an hour works. So again, just you'll massage it to what works for you, what particular tractor or trailer combo you're using. The trigger points, though, are big enough where you can drive under them at a slow pace and unload them, so it doesn't take nearly as long as it would if you pulled up, stopped, waited, pulled up, stopped, waited. So, and it works out really good if you don't run into the tree. That helps out a lot. Alright, so we're just going to ease up through here. I'll pull some more cherries out. We'll get that. and we'll take those over and put those in the kiosk and the sales point as well. Instead of putting these in the juice thing, though, I am going to take them out front. If you remember from the Apfelmod video, I did show you the sales point for the T2K large sell point. These will go in that as well. So we'll run it around front and we'll dump some in there. So let's go ahead and get one more batch of cherries out. These little small kiosks, they're cool and everything, and if you want to use them, you can use them. I prefer not to use them because I'm going to incorporate not only the apples, pears, and the fruit trees. I'm also going to incorporate a couple of more greenhouses from T2K Modding that allow me to sell cucumbers, strawberries, tomatoes, sweet peppers, and hot peppers. And they work just like the strawberries. You've got to take them to a sell point to sell them off. They don't automatically sell. Let's see, that's berries. This is cherries here. So let's turn in here. Yeah, cherries is this one. And again, the pivot, the sales point or dumping point is on the side. And again, it took 28.50 in cherries. So I don't know why it said 5,000 liters in the original, but it does only take 28.50. And then you can put some in here. So I'm not going to put them all. I'm just going to put a little bit because I want to go ahead and show you some other stuff. But you can put some in the juicer. And then we're going to take the rest of these, and just to show you that we can do it, we'll run out front to our large sell point, which is our T2K modding sell point, bulk sell point from T2K modding. And we'll run up here to it. And soon I will be getting rid of all the stock greenhouses from this map because I want to go all to this UPK. I just think it's a little bit more to do, but it adds to it, you know. And again, just to show you the sales point out here in the front with Holly McHottie. Let's check out her and see what she's got. Yeah, cherries now, and she's selling those there. And yeah, so we can take those there and sell those off. So then we've got a flat of strawberries we need to go deal with. And I'm going to show you one more little thing that you can do with all of this. Let's say you've loaded your sales points up, and I'm going to take a shortcut through here. You loaded up your sales points. You've got everything full up, and all is taken care of. You got no more room in your sales point. What do you do with all these strawberries? Well, we've got our warehouses set up, and these are Rosenthaler sales warehouses as well. You'll find those. I'll give you the link for them. They are separate from the Apfelmod and the berries and fruit trees mod, but you can download those as well. And I'll show you these real quick in here. You've got two different models. One of them holds oranges, strawberries, plums, and cherries. So basically this one is going to hold all your fruit that you get from your berries and fruit trees. And then Lager 2 is going to hold your apples and pears, as well as it's going to hold some vegetables from the... It'll hold your cucumbers and peppers from your... if you decide to use the modded greenhouses. Now, Rosenthaler does have a set of modded greenhouses that will allow you to do some different vegetables as well. I'm just not as up on his. They do require the spring water as well. But I like the ones from T2K a little bit better. The T2K ones require that you put in water, regular water, fertilizer and manure to get your vegetables to grow, and I just like the look of them, and I've used them already and like them, and I'm used to them, and so I kind of got to them. I did discover the Rosenthaler greenhouses the other day, and just not up on them. They're just not my thing, but maybe I'll get those and show them to you, but I'll be doing the TQK. So again, we just put our strawberries in here. If we run inside our warehouse, you'll see that they are over here on this side, all nicely stacked up in the corner. Now if I want to get these out of here, the trick to this is it holds 4 different fruits. Each corner holds a fruit. To get the fruit out of it, you got to come to that corner with a vehicle and hit the trigger point. And so right here in this corner is where the strawberries are, and you see as I drive to that corner, all the strawberries will load up into my trailer, and I can take those and sell them off. Now again, I can use any of the sell points that I covered in the Apfelmod video, including the T2K bulk sales point, which you saw me use in it, as well as mention that in our brewery mod review from T2K, or you can use, of course, these sales points here. My favorite sales points to use again are the bulk sell point in the front that we just ran up to. That is from T2K modding, as well as I want to see if there's a trigger on this side for it. Nope, it's on the other side. So yeah, the trigger point is on the side, on the facing it. It's on the right hand side of the building facing, or left hand side from the rear, and you just back in, hit it, and dump your strawberries in there. Nice. And then we can take them over here to the juicer. So anyways, my favorite sales points that I like and I use are the bulk sell point from T2K modding, which is the one that is up in the front of my farm. Just because it takes everything, you can put it all in there. You've got one to worry about instead of all these little ones. And you don't have to put them all out on the thing. Look, I get all kinds of sales information. And then I do like this juice factory because it does hold all the different fruits as well, so it gives you another option. You can plop the juice factory and the sales kiosk, and you have 2 different places where you could sell. So a couple of different options for you there. The other thing I do like to have is the bulk sell point from T2K modding that allows me to place that somewhere, like let's say I place that juice factory somewhere on the map, and like in the town, so that I have to haul those into the town. I just put them back here for demo purposes. But let's say we put them back there, and I picked up some oranges by accident. But let's say I did plop it into town, and I wanted to sell there, but I didn't want to, if I had extras that I just needed to get rid of. Let's say your warehouse is completely full, and you've got no more room in your sales points. The bulk sell point from T2K modding, which is let me show you that one real quick. It's under miscellaneous. No, they've moved it under selling points. Under selling points, T2K modding, blogspot.com, the VK trigger, and that's your sell point for multi-fruit. It'll sell all kinds of fruits, vegetables, beer, everything for you. If you want to get that and put that down, it's just a placeable that you put down. It doesn't cost, and you just plop that down on the ground. You can see it over here, and it now actually has, just for, since I'm not going to save, I'm just going to plop one down. It now has a little floating icon over it that lets you see the sell point now. As you can see, it's got the little tip icon on it, and if you get out and check it out, it shows you everything that you can sell in it. Milk, water, pineapple, paprika, apples, pears, cherries, strawberries. So yeah, tomatoes, chili peppers. It'll actually buttermilk and cheese, which I've yet to find the buttermilk or cheese factory, but I'm definitely looking for it. But anyway, so that's another option for you to get all these mods. I'll list them for you in the show notes, so if you want to find some of them, and if for some reason I list the wrong mod, please let me know. I'll try to double check and make sure I get everything listed properly. But it's a lot of information. I hope you enjoyed it. There is a lot to these mods. I think they are a great enhancement to your farm, because who doesn't love fruit trees, and who doesn't want to sell them on our farm? Get rid of the stock trees. I know if you remember this map, if you've watched any of the My Big Country maps, and see that this used to be a grove of the stock spruce trees throughout here, cleaning them all off and getting some nice fruit trees here that we can harvest every day is very cool. And again, the growth on these is 24 hours, so every day just you're gonna have to come here and do a little harvesting and loading that into your fruit cellar. So hope you guys enjoyed it. That's going to be it for today. The Apfelmod Extension, known as Berries and Fruit Trees. It's our second in our series on the Apfelmod. We'll be covering in our next one the T2K greenhouses. I hope you'll come back and check that out as well. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And of course, as always, subscribe to the channel if you want to get updates on when new videos are posted. I do put out a new video every single day. Until tomorrow, thanks again for coming by. You stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks again for watching this video, and if you made it all the way to the end, well, maybe you liked it. So give me a big old thumbs up. That like goes a long way. Also, subscribe to this channel. I will update the videos every single day, so there'll always be something new for you to see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back again tomorrow. Thanks for your support.